Hello everyone. So in this video, I would like to do completing the square. Many students find this difficult. Let's make it easy. So we will do most of these questions in this video. But before we go to completing the square, let's understand quadratics. How do we solve quadratics? If in the exam, the question asks you to solve this, there are different ways. You can choose any, but sometimes the question asks you to use a specific method. So let's know them quickly. The first method is solving by factorization or factorizing. So what's that? That's when you try to find two numbers, multiply to make 14 and add to make 9. Do you know these two numbers? I don't. So what I will do is I will think of what are the factors of 14. It's just 1 times 14 and 2 times 7. 1 and 14 doesn't add or subtract to make 9. 2 and 7, they do add to make 9. So it's just 2 and 7. What you will do now is you open nice brackets and write x plus 2 and x plus 7 equal 0. Now, two numbers multiply to make 0. That means one of them at least should be a 0. So it's either x plus 2 equals 0 or x plus 7 equals 0. If x plus 2 equals 0, that means x is negative 2. And if x plus 7 equals 0, that means x is negative 7. So the numbers are x equal negative 2 and x equal negative 7. And that's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, there is another method which is using the quadratic formula. Sometimes in the exam, they ask you to specifically use the quadratic formula. Up to the IGCSE level, you got it in the formula sheet. It's this one. Now the question is, what's B, A, and C? What are these? A is what's in front of the x squared. Because it's just x squared, that means it's 1x squared, so that's A. B is what's in front of x, so it's 9. And C is the constant, it's 14. Now just plug them here. Substitute these values in this formula. You will have x equal, do you like this? I like the animation. So you'll have x equal, and instead of negative b, it's going to be negative 9, plus or minus the square root of b squared. So it's 9 squared minus 4ac means minus 4 times a times c. So it's minus 4 times 1 times 14. Divide by 2a, so it's 2 times 1. That's very good. All this inside the square root is just 25, so it's minus 9 plus or minus 25, root 25 divided by 2. Have you noticed it's plus or minus? That means we'll have two values of x. The first value is minus 9 plus root 25 divided by 2. And the second one is x is minus 9 minus root 25 divided by 2. That gives you x equal negative 2 and x equal negative 7, which are the same values we got before. Why do we need to know this? Because maybe the question will ask you to specifically use this. Now, the third method I know is the quadratic, is completing the square. And this is what we want to focus on. So, what if the question asks you to solve this equation by completing the square? They sometimes just ask you to complete the square, not solve. So if they ask you to complete the square, there will be no 0. So it's just going to be x squared plus 6x plus 5. If the question asks to solve or complete the square, we will focus on this number, the 6 here. This is very important for us. What we will do to this 6, we'll do two things. First, we halve it. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. And the second thing is we square the answer, which is 3. So 3 squared is 9. That's very good. Once you do these two things, you open nice brackets. You write x plus this, the half of the 6. So it's x plus 3 squared. and always this is going to be minus, so it's minus 9, and finally bring this 5 down, so it's plus 5. If it's completing the square, there is no equal 0. If it's off, it's equals to 0. That's why I made it in red. Now, very important thing is this sign follows this sign. If that's positive, it's going to be positive. If it's negative, it's going to be negative. While this sign is always negative. That's important to remember. Now, let's continue. Minus 9 plus 5 is 4. So you'll have x plus 3 squared minus 4 equals 0. If there is solving, then it's going to be equal 0. If there is no solve, if it's just complete the square, this is your final answer. You've finished completing the square. Now, if it's solve, we'll do plus 5 plus 4 in both sides. So you'll have x plus 3 squared equal to 4. Square root both sides to get rid of the power. So the 2 and the square root will cancel. You'll just end up by x plus 3 equals plus or minus 4. It's very important. The square root of 4 is not just 2 in this case, it's plus or minus 2 because we are solving an equation. It's very important to write the plus or minus. Then we'll have two values. The first value is x equal 2 minus 3, and the second value is minus 2 minus 3 because we will move the 3 to the other side. So it's x plus 3 equals 2 and x plus 3 equals negative 2. When you solve, you got x equal negative 1 and x equal negative 5. And that's it. You finish completing the square. It's a lot more than factorization, and it's a lot more than the quadratic formula. Why do we need to learn it then? Because sometimes the question is specifically ask you to complete the square. Not only that, sometimes you don't know which two numbers multiply to make this and add to make that. So you need to know many methods to be able to solve. Now the question we did looks like this. It also looks like this. The middle number is an even number. It was 6. So it's similar to this. Let's do one like this one when the middle number is an odd number. Let's do this specific question. Now the question asks you to solve x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. As I've said, we'll focus on the number in front of the x. We will do two things. We half it and we square the answer. So half the 3 is just 3 over 2. Don't write 1.5, just leave it like this, it's easier. Now square the 3 over 2. It's going to be 9 over 4. 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is 4. What we will do now is we will open brackets and write x, and then this sign, whatever this sign, it's minus, so we bring minus. This number, 3 over 2, all squared, and this is always minus, so it's minus 9 over 4. And finally, I wrote this plus 1 equal 0. Minus 9 over 4 plus 1. We will do this. Minus 9 over 4 plus 1, I think, is minus 5 over 4. Yes, it is. So it's equal to 0. Now move this to the other side. It's going to be plus on the other side, right? If anything jumps the equal sign, you change its sign. It's negative here. Move it there, it will be plus. Look at this magic. How cool. So x minus 3 over 2 all squared is equal to plus 5 over 4. We don't need the plus, it's just 5 over 4, right? So what we'll do now is we square both sides, square root. The 2 and the square root cancel each other. So you'll end up by x minus 3 over 2 is plus or minus root 5 over 4. Now do plus 3 over 2 on both sides. You will have x equal, take the positive part first, so it's root 5 over 4 plus 3 over 2. Right? So it's plus or minus root 5 over 4 plus 3 over 2. This is a full answer, and it's a very nice answer. It gives you the full mark if you write it like this. If you want to, you can split this into 2. So it's root 5 over 4 plus 3 over 2 or minus root 5 over 4 plus 3 over 2. It's up to you. You can leave it like this or you can write it like that. That's all for this question. Let's do a different one. Now, we didn't do one with a number in front of the x squared. Let's do one of these. All right, let's do this one. Now, if the question asks you to complete the square, there will be no equals 0. It's just going to be like this. Now, what I want to do first is to get rid of these 3 because we are used to solve with just x squared, not 3 or 5. So I'll take 3 as a common factor. Take 3 out, you will have 3x squared divided by 3 is x squared. 12x divided by 3 is 4x. 2 divided by 3 is just 2 divided by 3. Now we focus on this part. We complete this square. Do you remember? We focus on this number. What do we do to this number? We do two things. Half it, square the answer. Half of 4 is 2. Square of 2 is 4. So we'll have the 3 outside. And then we open our nice brackets. X plus half of 4 is 2. So x plus 2 all squared. Minus this number squared. This number is 2. 2 squared is 4. So it's going to be minus 4. And then minus 2 over 3. That's very good. Now, minus 4 minus 2 over 3 is just minus 4 and 2/3. So I wrote everything. I just combined this. So it's minus 4 and 2 over 3. Let's make this an improper fraction. So it's 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2 is 14. So it's going to be 14 over 3. That's very good. Now let's multiply the 3 inside. 3 times this is going to be 3x plus 2 squared. And 3 times this is going to be just 14. Why? Because the 3 will cancel the 3 if you multiply them. If you want to see it, it's this. It's going to be 3 times 14 over 3, right? The 3 cancels the 3, so you'll just end up by minus 14. If the question asks to complete the square, that's the end of it. We finished. If the question asks to solve, there will be equals 0 in all these steps, right? Let me first remove this. So if the question asks to solve, we will have equals 0 in all these steps. The steps will be the same. We just need to continue from here. Let's remove this square or rectangle. Now to solve this, why don't we first do plus 14 here? You will have 3x plus 2 squared is equal to 14 because we just move it to the other side. Divide by 3 to get rid of that 3. So you'll have x plus 2 squared equal 14 over 3. Square root both sides. The 2 cancel the square root. So you'll have x plus 2 equal plus or minus root 14 over 3. That's very good. That means you'll have x equal root 14 over 3 minus 2 or minus root 14 over 3 minus 2, and that's your solution for root 14 over 3 minus 2 or minus root 14 over 3 minus 2. And that's it. It's a lot, isn't it? But we need to know it. Now, let's do one more example if we can. Now we did this where the number was 3. Let's do this one. The coefficient of x squared is 5 and the numbers look strange. Let's do this in a very easy way. All right. So you have 5x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals 0. We want to solve. In this example, I'll first get rid of this 8. I'll do plus 8 on both sides, so the 8 comes here to be positive 8. So you'll have 5x squared plus 2x equal 8. Now let's complete the left side. Take 5 out as a common factor. So you'll have, oh, I did even something cool. I just divide everything by 5. That's even better. So I divided everything by 5, so I got x squared plus 2 over 5x equal 8 over 5. That's cool. Now let's complete this part. 2 over 5 is what we focus on. What I will do first is I'll half it and then square the answer. So 2 over 5 divided by 2 is just 2 over 5 times a half, which is 2/10. Now we square the 2/10. So 2/10 squared is 4 over 100. That's very good. So we open brackets and then we write x plus the half, which is 2 over 10, all squared. We usually used to write minus this, right? But I want to move it to the other side and make it plus. So it's going to be 8 over 5 plus 4 over 100, which is very good. 8/5 plus 400 is 41 over 25. That's good. Now square both sides. You'll have x plus 2/10 is equal to plus or minus root 41 over 25. And then your answer will be x equal root 41 over 25 minus 2/10 or minus root 41 over 25 minus 2/10. And that's your answers. Now, this is all. I just want you to try one question, comment your answer, try this question.